Sherlock VR has just hit the Daydream Play Store, and in this video we're going to check it out. Hi and welcome, my name is Sebastian, and if you are here for the first time, go and find that subscribe button, because Daydream District is the channel that gives you all the information about Daydream VR on a daily basis. Now with this out of the way, let's have a look at Sherlock VR. As you might have guessed already, Sherlock VR is a detective game. You step into the shoes of Sherlock Holmes, who with his assistant Dr. Watson solves mystery crime cases. You can get Sherlock on the Daydream Play Store for a very affordable €2.09 or $2. And now let's have a look at the gameplay and see if it's worth it or not. In this gameplay video I'm going to play through the very first level of this game. Before this there was already a tutorial level which would teach you how to play this, but I skipped this and now we will directly go to the first level. So while this loads, let me already tell you a bit about the gameplay of Sherlock VR. First, you're presented with the story of the particular case you're trying to solve. Then you go to the crime scene, and on the crime scene you're presented with a list of 10 items. These 10 items you have to find on that crime scene, and particularly some of these items you can further investigate on and find clues like fingerprints or whatever. Then you go to the lab where you have those special items analyzed and will find out new things about the story, which will push the story forward, and you might have to go to another crime scene and rinse and repeat. In the very end you have a couple of suspects and you read all the clues and you have to make a choice who you think is guilty. Let me already give you my first impression, like always in these gameplay videos. I do think it's a well-made game, however I feel that the gameplay is a bit slow and you need a lot of patience. So you go to these rooms and you have to find all these 10 items and you don't really know why you have to find them, because for lots of them it doesn't make sense. And then you have to go to the next crime scene and everything repeats, so it does get a little bit repetitive, but probably the best thing would be if you just see for yourself. So I will leave you now with the first level of Sherlock VR. Enjoy!
My good friend Simon Cadero, whom is our neighbor as well, he was not sure too. Thus I came to you.
The letter was the drawing, a number of absurd little dancing figures.
Yes, Dr. Watson. Ever since the drawing appeared on the windowsill, I thought it was the stable boy who drew them. But my wife dropped in a dead faint when she saw it. I am not a wealthy man, but if there is any danger threatening my wife, I would spend my last metal to shield her.
I will help you with all my heart, Mr. Hilton Cubitt. I shall be ready to run down and investigate in your Norfolk home.
The text on the envelope has recovered. It's an American stamp from Chicago, and there's a name, Abe Slaney.
Thank you, Molly. Let us take a look at the garden.
Holmes, is it a child's drawing?
Oh, that's your idea, Watson. It's more than a drawing. It's a set of codes. Based on the graving curve, the person should be right-handed.
Bad news, Sherlock. Mr. Cubitt was shot last night. He didn't make it. His wife is still in a coma. The servants reported that they heard several people were arguing really loud and then gunshots.
I could have prevented the tragedy, only I was too late. Could you associate me with your investigation?
Got back the blood report. There are 2 blood types. One is B, which belongs to Mr. Cubitt. The other one is O, which we believe is the killer. The gun contained 2 fingerprints. One belongs to Mrs. Cubitt. The other one could be the killer.
Our material is rapidly accumulating. Let's check out the garden once again.
A footprint was found on a bill. It is believed that the person who was on it weighs between 70 and 80 kilograms. A few suspects are identified from the Norfolk neighborhood. Shall we, Holmes?
She was supposed to marry me. Who would thought this Englishman came between us? I was angry when I wrote the messages, so I began to threaten her. That night, 3 a.m., we met. She came down and brought money, trying to bribe me away. I was angry and grabbed her arm. At the moment, the Englishman came with a revolver in his hand. Elsie fell, and I held up my gun to scare him off. But he fired and missed. I pulled off almost at the same instant, and down he dropped. I ran away right after.
Yet you thought Elsie wrote this note, asking you to come. But truly I did, as the codes are fairly easy to assemble.
Mrs. Cubitt took your gun and shot herself after you left. She is still in a coma.
Mr. Slaney, you have brought the death of a nobleman and driving his wife to suicide. You will answer for it to the British criminal law.
That's it for this gameplay video of Sherlock VR. I hope you enjoyed this video like always. If you did, please click on like and hit subscribe to never miss any Daydream District video content in the future.